Mike Harris is on Phyrexian FEB. Basically, just a Dreadnought deck mixed in with FEB, so it's pretty cool. You don't know which angle he might come at you at. He gets fling, so he can throw a Dreadnought too. So that's a good way to win from out of nowhere. The opponent, Pascal Maynard, he is on blue-red RiftStill, so standstill, lightning rift, counters, counter burn, variety of cyclers, etc. I'll pop you guys over in a second. I just actually have to check something with the guys. I'll be right back.
And by the way, Andrew, I'm mulliganing 2.
Ooh, okay. Looks like everything's. There we go. Yep. Oh, about the random card.
No, that I'm mulliganing.
Oh yeah. You guys are a good for viewers. Yeah. Pascal took the 7, and Mike's down on 5. Other than that, let me get the screen flipped over so they can actually see play. And yeah, good to go. Talk to you then. Have good luck, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Can I start?
Yep, we good.
We're going cave, go.
Alright. Now our waste. Go to 19. 12 therapy.
That resolves.
I'm going to name Standstill. None. 2 miscalcs.
So fact. No, it's 1 miscalc, 1 fact, 1 lightning rift, 2 islands, and a ugly mythical factory.
Alright. You want me to write it down or you want to play up?
I can play up. I'll play up. It's even better for coverage.
Okay. Cool. And your turn.
Go.
Play my coast. Go ahead.
Play island. Go.
Sure. Jim's still mine?
Yep.
And let's see. I'll go to 18 and play an elf.
Yep.
And say go.
I'll draw.
Okay.
Your turn.
Draw. I will tap the elf for a green.
Yep.
And sack it to flashback the Cabal Therapy.
How many cards?
4.
Just calc.
I'll use the floating green and then pay for it.
Yep.
Colors. And
That resolves.
thank you. I will name Miscalc.
That's smart.
And that's a standstill.
Yep.
Koros. Dreadnought.
Yep.
Stifle it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Is trample right?
Yes.
Like that.
Sure.
Go.
Sure. I'll take a point from the coast for a blue. And I'll cast the Volrath Shapeshifter.
So it would be Aeon or Elf.
Well, no, Stifle's on top, so it's a 0/1.
Oh, okay. I thought it took into account whatever first creature.
No,
So it would just die?
no, so it's a 0/1.
Oh, it's a 0/1. And
Yeah, with
what's
pay
what's the
2,
best?
choose and discard a card.
Okay.
Yeah, the wording is as long as the top of your graveyard is a creature card, it's a copy of that card. But since it's not, it's just a 0/1.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And I'll attack for 12.
Yeah, 8.
And I'll pass to you.
I'll play fact.
Mhm.
So counterspell, factory, spark, spray, island.
I'll put the factory. Factory with one counterspell. Yep, that's it.
I'll take that. My turn.
Yep, your turn.
Cycle, spark, spray.
Mhm.
Looks diamond.
Mhm.
Discard island. Play factory. Yeah. Go.
Sure. I'll take a point and Cabal Therapy.
Sure.
And I will name Standstill.
Yep.
Attack for 12.
Cycle. Cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm done.
Gotcha. Sorry, it's the natural urge to give myself more play space. Luckily, yeah, luckily I don't have as many permanents out as you do. Take AUB on the play.
Yep.
Cut preference.
Right.
Just a heads up. That's the one that was on top.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
And good luck to you.
Good luck. Yeah, I'll keep.
I will keep as well.
Go.
Forest. Bird.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Go.
Stand still. Tap. Draw. Survival.
Draw 3.
Yep.
Yep.
And your turn.
That's diamond.
Good.
I'll discard Fairy Conclave.
Sure.
Island. Play Standstill.
You got it. Card in hand.
5. Go.
Into your turn. I'll activate survival.
Yep.
Pitching a Hypnox.
Yep.
I got the shapeshifter.
Yep.
And go to my turn.
Yep.
And tap. Draw.
Why are you at 19?
I shouldn't
not,
be.
right?
My finger must have hit it by accident. Thank you. I will pass to you.
Yep.
Into your turn. Cast Intuition.
Draw 3. Cast Forbid. I'll discard 2.
Sure.
Island and nothing.
Okay.
Go.
Tap. Sure. Sorry, I gotta think through a line real quick.
Yeah, no worries. I'm playing pretty slow myself.
I
think I only ever played against that like once, and it was pretty different. So
I'm
kind of clueless.
All right. Just want to make sure all my ducks in a row before I start. Yeah, okay. So I'll activate survival.
Yep.
Pitching shapeshifter.
Yep.
Sorry, I just thought of something else. Getting a great whale.
Yep.
And I'm gonna activate
That's
survival.
That's the one that I have no idea what it does in your deck.
Well,
Does
you'll
it
see
work?
here.
Does it work with Shapeshifter? Is it a copy on the stack?
Yeah, so
I
when
guess come into blaze.
because it comes into play and it's immediately what's on
Okay.
top.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah. So I get the great whale. Actually, sorry, can I redo that?
Yeah.
I won't get great whale. I will get Triskelion.
Okay.
All right. And then
Yeah, it is right.
I did because I thought I was pitching the great whale. I mean, I can leave it tap for green if that's what you guys. I just discarded the shapeshifter with the forest. Yeah. If I had gotten the great whale, but I wound that back. If that's still cool.
Yep.
So take a point from the underground river, and I will unearth the shapeshifter.
Yep.
Then activating survival, and I'll pitch Devourer.
Yep.
I'll get a Psychotog.
Yep.
And then I will activate the Devourer Shapeshifter.
Okay, so what does that do?
So I exile the top card of my library and put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the casting cost of the card. And then it has a trigger that if its power is 7 or greater, bury it. But it's a trigger,
Okay.
so...
Yeah, so you can respond and mill yourself for more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just going to read Volrite Shapeshifter really quick.
Yep.
So, is Volrite Shapeshifter in addition, or it just becomes that card entirely?
It becomes that card entirely, but it still has its pay 2, choose and discard ability.
Okay, but it's not like blue and colorless, for example,
No.
and an artifact, right? No.
It's even got its casting cost and full text, basically.
Sure. Yeah. You can proceed.
Okay. Exile 0. Let me make it clear. Could people see this side of the screen, Andrew? I'll take that as a yes. 0, 0, 1. I'll let that resolve.
Okay. You can just tell me if there's a combo there.
Yeah, I'm about to combo off.
Yeah, there's one card missing, right? You're gonna have to like land drop in survival, or
I have Elvish Spirit Guide.
Okay. Oh, and that the combo is with just
Yeah, exactly. So basically, what I'm gonna do is keep going up till I've got 20, and then and I'm letting them resolve.
Okay.
So, well, so the way it works is the trigger happens, but then I respond to the trigger, and then I can let it resolve before the trigger would kill it.
Okay.
You know, so like,
okay, so it's just gonna have a bunch of power, and then Triskelion's gonna be what does Triskelion do?
So it's gonna have all those +1/+1 counters on it, and Triskelion.
Oh, those are counters.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was just getting +X until
no, they're +1/+1 counters. It's been errata. It used to say +X counter on it, but now they change it so that they're 1/1 counters.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that was I couldn't beat Unearth there. Like I was good with Dreadnought or just hard cast Shapeshifter, but
that's what I was kind of thinking. I figured like, oh, maybe he has a red blast, but yeah, exactly. And that's why I rethought the great whale thing, because I realized, oh, if it's a great whale, you can kill it with a red blast.
yeah, red blast.
I mean, of course, I guess I could have responded by activating survival with the spirit guide to put the whatchamacallit,
That's just something else.
to put the Devourer on top so that the Red Blast would fizzle.
Right.
It's a very
All right.
complicated.
Yeah, that seems like a really hard matchup for me because you have so many. Like, there's a lot of stuff that if it resolves, I'm basically just dead, and it's just like 1 and 2 mana cards, and you have therapies.
Yeah, it is a really tough matchup. Like, your deck is so good at beating like the weenie creatures, and this deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty
totally
good
goes
against combo
around
too. I think it's good against controlling combo, sort of, because like my deck's just cheaper than theirs, and I have counter spells. But like, it's really hard to get counter spells against you because everything costs like 1 or 2, and you have therapies.
Yep.
So like,
my biggest fear was just the amount of counter spells that you have.
In the sideboard.
So basically, my only chance is with therapies to try and rip them out of your hand, or to try and get in when shields are down.
Yeah, what I do against therapy decks is I just like bring out one or two of like most things, just so that they never like just completely destroy me.
Yeah.
Plus, they're like I actually think miscalculation is pretty bad against you. Like, it's really easy for you to play around it.
Yep. Yeah, my stuff's so cheap. Yeah, I was looking at your board and I was like, I could see an argument for bringing in like 12 cards from this board.
I know. It's like the what, 4 nulls, 2 rebs, 2 pyros, 2 hydros, or 3 hydros. There was no bebs.
So that's what I boarded. I boarded 2 of each.
Yep.
I think Furnace is probably like my best card against 2.
Yeah,
I was debating trying to multi it, sort of, but I didn't know, like, is the matchup that bad that I really needed like multi 5 to find that?
Well, that's what's especially crazy about the Triskelion Devourer Shapeshifter combo is that by doing it the way I was talking through, like where I let them resolve, basically you never have an opportunity to do it.
Right. But like, I didn't know that, but also I think that it's mostly good because it removes squee or therapies.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, it's
I
still
think that's
really
what I
good.
lose to. Like, if survival resolves, I'd probably dead anyways. So.
Yeah, no, it's still really good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't nuke the combo like people think, you know, or like crypt, like a lot of people think.
I would have thought it did, and then
the best best option against that the Phyrexian issue is what, like blah 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 Null Rod. It's probably one of the
well, Null Rod completely nukes it. Curse Totem. You know what killed me twice in the Swiss was humility. Humility completely annihilates my deck. And it even ruins my one way to kill enchantments.
I know, that's why I was having Mike describe the step process, because that, for new players, old players that just haven't seen it, however you look at it, that combo is so abstract for people to comprehend, and it doesn't have to be like, you can fling it when you make it big enough. You can alter dementias. I mean, you can do all kinds of craziness that thing allows you to do. And with no response
but it's especially crazy because, like, I spoke with Mike Arnold just yesterday just to make sure I had it exactly right, and I actually didn't. He had to explain to me that, like, when the 7, like, what I was doing was letting them not resolve.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You have
and
to
then,
let them resolve,
you know, just hoping my opponent didn't have removal.
Yep.
Right, and then just letting all of the counters happen. Because when you do it that way, if it's not a Triskelion, if it's something else, like, you can just attack in with a massive creature. Like, at one point, I made it a Dreadnought after exiling 18 counters on top of it. Attack with a 30/30.
Or like a 25 Hypnox.
Yeah, exactly. You can do some really crazy stuff.
I actually played that combo, but like that's like 10 years ago in Legacy. With Necrotic Ooze. I played that at Worlds in 2010 in the Team Trio portion. It's like Legacy Modern, Legacy Extended, because Modern didn't exist yet.
Right.
And then it was Standard. And I was playing that deck, and I had to explain it to people like barely speaking English, and like,
gosh.
English is not my first language. So back then I was like broken English,
right?
And
It's like
I
you
had
need
to
a double
explain how it
translator.
worked, and I barely knew myself. So that was
crazy.
complicated.
So the funny thing is, like, I had to ask Mike Arnold about the ruling because there's no information online because like this combo didn't exist back in the pre-modern era.
Oh, right.
And all I could find was
the
Necroticus. Like the Necroticus version was the closest like it ever came to it in Legacy. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't apply to what I'm trying to do. Like that doesn't answer my question.
The only difference is too, Modern's got what's the like new interrupt called? Sudden shock is an example, I think.
Split second.
Yeah, split second. Like that gets around it, or like I'm trying to think. Yeah, so there's some counters and things that'll like wipe off all the things on the stack. So there's
there's some stuff in modern Magic for sure, but not in pre-modern.
Yep. I gotta go, guys. Thanks a lot for the stream.
Absolutely. Thank you for the games.
Andrew. Yeah. Good luck for the rest.
Thank you. Take it easy.
Bye bye.
There you guys.
All right. Bye. Well, were there any questions from the chat, Andrew?
What combo are they talking about? Let me.
When we were talking about Necroticus?
Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm not clicking a button. Oh, I did click a button. Let me. There.
I'm not an expert on it. I didn't read into it, but I think Necroticus is something along the lines of it has every creature in your graveyard's abilities. So it's like you don't even have to do the stacking thing with survival. Like you just have a Necroticus out and those in the graveyard. Devourer and Triskelion.
Sounds like a X-Men character. I'm trying to think which one.
Necroticus.
Well, yeah, it touches stuff and like gains their powers. It's like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, if you're dead, I have your powers.
Yeah. Or maybe Highlander. It can only be one. Yep.
Yeah, but no, it's a really crazy combo, and it's like it took me a while to wrap my brain around it.
Yeah, same thing with this one with Devour. It took me a while, and then it was like, okay, now I got it. Stack until you hit the 7 or whatever, and then just never pass priority.
Yeah, well,
I
think they have the opportunity to respond when you activate it, but
when
even if they respond by killing it, you're letting all the triggers resolve.
Yeah.
So you just respond by continuing to go off.
Yeah.
And then like you never let it get down. You never let the stack get down to the point where it dies.
Yeah.
You know, because you change it to a Triskelion, which then is on top of the stack.
Yeah.
And then you start setting off the counters.
Yeah. Because when you first get the Triskelion,
hope you have a lot of stifles.
So it's like if you've resolved like 6 or 7 points, those are all back and forths. So when the Triskelion flips in, it already has that extra. No, those counters.
It has all the counters. Yeah.
And then
the other thing is, since they're counters and not +1/+1 until end of turn, like you can even do it, and if you do it the other way, where you don't let the counters resolve and then just change it to a creature, it'll get all those counters, and then it won't die because it's no longer a Devourer with that 7 or greater clause.
Okay.
So then you can, like the example I gave where I made a 30/30 Dreadnought, if I hadn't won on the attack with that, and it had, like, say my opponent fogged, it would keep the counters, so I would still have a 30/30 Dreadnought.
Yeah.
So they need to find a way to kill that.
Yeah, there's always a trick to get in there. I'm sure there's got to be some tricks where you can sneak in there, but that's the hard part. Mike Arnold just mentions he has a long history of teaching people to play FEB, only to have them beat him with it.
Yeah,
like,
I beat him this month.
It's like the student becomes the teacher.
Yeah. Well, because he and I were we were in the same pod last month as well, and we were both on FEB. And he smoked me because I think it was my first time actually playing the deck against him. Like the first time I had literally drawn 7 cards from it. And so he gave me some pointers then. And then this month he gave me some more pointers. And then, like I said, I've been in contact with him to give me even more pointers. So, Mike Arnold, thank you so much for your help. I would not be in the top 8 without you.
Flint brings up it was February as well, with all the decks.
It was February, which is why we played it.
There's no month with Curtin, so I'm stuck. For old school.
Flint was in top 8 with it in February. So now it's March for me.
Well, I got it for those out there. I'll throw it out to remind you. There's only probably a few. There's 10 people. There's no April this month. April and October are my 2 vacation months because Hoyp runs a spring fling, which you have to sign up in 3 days, 1 hour and 38 minutes. As soon as the clock clicks over to April Fools, you'd be a fool to be not signed up yet because you ain't getting to play. His formatting takes a lot more effort than mine. So sign up now.
Yeah,
but you'll see me again in May.
I highly recommend the Spring Fling. It's a lot of fun as like a break from the usual pod structure. Instead, it's 2 batches of 4 matches. And so the second batch, you're against people with your same record. So if you do really well, you're at the top seats with all the other people who 4-0'd.
Exactly.
If you do poorly, you get to keep playing and have a better chance in the second batch.
Yep. And it's like, if you've done it for old school, it's the same basic setup. I think everything's pretty much the same, 4 and 4 pod-wise. And who knows? You never know who you might play. We've got a lot of people joining that are like the Boston one with Olarade and other guys popping in. But like, for example, for old school, I went 4-0 in one of the summers. I played Randy Bueller in the second 4 games. I was like, ooh. I was like, well, that's not a name I necessarily wanted to see. It's fun to say, yeah, I played him. Yeah.
I'm sure he was great fun to play against.
Oh, right? Yeah. Yeah, the only problem was he had like a dinner to get to, so he was trying to squeeze in the game. I was like,
Oh, and against you?
Well, I was.
I
was on Counterburn or something. I was.
You weren't on.
No, I was 1
point. Oh, this was old school.
Yeah, it was old school. I was like a point away from killing him, and then he gets out like 2 or 3 ivory towers like really quickly. It's like, oh, that's not good.
Oh, so he was playing his.
He was playing the Land's
tax,
the Land's Edge deck. Yeah.
Tax Land's Edge deck. Yeah. That's not a fast deck.
I know.
Maybe he just said that to try and rush you.
I learned afterwards, like sideboard out your Time Twister, because that puts all his lands in his graveyard pack. It's like Wheel of Fortune his ass. Anyone on that deck, Wheel of Fortune, because it hurts.
Yeah.
He needs that graveyard lands to come back. So yeah, that was a fun matchup. Wish it would have been a little bit longer, but he was in rush, and I was like, okay, so. He didn't miss any plays. He just crushed me. Except the only slow part was me grinding him down, then him gaining life. The other game was like, psh, psh, done. I was like, okay. Right. I was slapped you a second time. Psh, psh.
Yeah. So, are there any other questions from the chat? Or?
No, that looks about it. As well, I just good game, guys. Congrats, Mike from Flint. So, yeah, we'll see you in the next.
I believe I'm up against the Godfather next.
Yep, you're up against Grodzinski. Yep. Yeah, I just checked that earlier. I'm pretty sure he has top seed.
Probably, because I'm like bottom seed of the top 16.
No, what's your number? I'm trying to remember.
I was like 15th.
Yeah, he's higher.
Yeah. I was the lowest of the pod winners.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of 2-1 wins.
Yep. Oh, at least you got in. You're still kicking, so
At least I got in. Well, I still had to win it in to make the 16th.
Yep. Yeah, so at least you got the fight in you.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Ryan. We will meet in the near future. All right. Have a good night, guys.
You too, man. Have a good one.
All right. Later.
Later.